Cristiano, please. You are muted.
Okay. We are live.
Yep.
Guys. Hello and welcome everyone to our today panel discussion about the blockchain and green economy. I'm Cristiano Zain and I'm the regional director in Italy for LATOKEN. And today I'm the moderator of this event. Before we jump into the topics, let me briefly invite you to take a look at our platform. We are not only a cryptocurrency exchange, we are specialized on helping company and project on raising funds with our product and service. Feel free to contact me if you are interested. And please also download our Android app to trade with a lower fee in your local market with one click. Now, let me pass the stage to my guest for a brief presentation, starting from the farthest. So let me present Pablo de Valer from Brazil.
Hi, everyone. It's an honor to be here on this panel, to be invited by LATOKEN. My name is Pablo de Valer, and I'm the CEO of Garbage Float. So me and my partners, we are over 20 years of experience in those fields of the environmental, technology, and gastronomy areas. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Now, Chapman Woodruff from United States.
Hi, thank you, Cristiano, and thanks to LATOKEN for giving us this opportunity. My name is Chapman Woodruff, and I work with the TIST program, which is an international forestation program operating in 4 countries: India, Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. The program has existed for 20 years, and we have 93,000 farmers currently, keeping 19 million trees alive. And just one thing that's pretty important and unique about the program is it is created by the farmers themselves, and it is actually led by the farmers themselves. And 70% of the profits that the carbon credit sales create go directly to the farmers. Thank you.
Okay, so now the Italians, we start from Roberto Melaragno. Roberto, sorry, you are muted. Okay.
Hello, everybody. My name is Roberto Melaragno, and I'm an entrepreneur. And for many decades, I've been working within the travel industry, transportation industry. I have an array of different companies I run. But at the moment, I'm an Argonaut volunteer. I'm an expert in marketing. And for this reason, I'm specifically dealing with public relations and here today at a later point to talk about Argolans.
Okay. And now our crypto blockchain lawyer, Nicolino Gentile from Italy.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Nicolino Gentile. I'm a lawyer, as Cristiano kindly said. I'm based in Milan. I live and work in Milan. And I'm partnered with the BLB law firm, which is an Italian firm with offices in Italy, in China, Spain, and US. I do work most of all in corporate law, commercial law, and data protection, also in startups and venture capital. And I joined, let's say, crypto movement in 2012. Yes, it was 12. And it's been, let's say, flashing things that made me fall in love with crypto things.
Okay, so that now we knew something about you, we start, and who want to answer first? This is the answer. What benefit can blockchain bring to the green economy?
I have to present myself, introduce myself.
Sorry, sorry, Andrea.
Yes, okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Andrea Bellacicca, and thank you for LATOKEN Cristiano to having invited me. I'm the CTO of NextEdge, an Italian company based in Milan, and we work with technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, IoT, and mixed reality. And we are a part of a bigger group that deals with digital technology. So we are very good at integrate this new technology to the already existing businesses. Thank you.
Okay, so Andrea, it's your turn to answer for first. So what benefit can blockchain bring into the green economy?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to point out something. We should keep in mind that blockchain is a disruptive technology. This is going to change both the way we think about the digital world and the way we can make business. In fact, as Marshall McLuhan said, the medium is the message, meaning that we are shaped by what we use to communicate. What I want to say, for example, before the blockchain, greediness was something bad that we as people were invited to avoid. Instead, if you think about blockchain miners, greediness is now what keeps the network safe. So the blockchain changed a negative attitude into a positive one. Thus, we need to acknowledge that we can do completely new things in a completely new way. In particular, the blockchain and focusing with the green economy can create trust and link between different stakeholders and can make people be involved in the green cause. How? We will see. So it's the good part of the blockchain is that with this new technology, we can create a completely new kind of business and new kind of opportunities.
Okay, so Pablo?
Okay, so yeah, through some of the words that he said, Andrea said, I agree with it. But we believe that through the possibility of creating tokens, it's possible to finance a whole lot of projects. So with the interest and the security of the traditional financial system, with security and guarantees for the investors. So with the appreciation of the tokens and investing in projects. So let me see. And with the our purpose is not to speculate. That's what we believe. It's quite the contrary. The valuation will make it possible. So to replicate similar projects worldwide, as we are associated with a few technologies that could adapt for different economic, cultural, and financial realities. In the future, the idea is to have a blockchain itself just for the green economy on the model of these projects as we will see forward. So we believe with this project, we could start to draw the new ideas for the blockchain and how we're going to secure and use security tokens for it. So that's we in our line of thinking. Thank you.
Good. Roberto?
The green economy is a pioneering sector, so it will take some time before the future business models related to ecological improvement can be clearly understood. The blockchain, on the other hand, is currently being affirmed. Therefore, it is foreseeable that new possible waves can be discovered every day. The distributed public registered are, however, able to permeate society and reach the individual, and therefore this seems to be the main exploitable quality to sensitize the general public, make them responsible, and involve them directly in daily ecological excuse me, daily ecological problems and in possible actions sorry, aimed at solving them. Sorry about that.
Okay, so Chapman, it's your turn now.
Yes. I mean, I definitely agree with what everyone said so far. I think that it definitely blockchain provides a way for projects to be funded. and for consumers as well as the companies themselves to have a much higher level of engagement and transparency. And this translates to the green economy in the sense of being able to know where your products are coming from, what their footprint is, and you know, I could go on a lot, but I think that knowing where things are coming from, and also being able to be more interactive and engaged with the companies that you consume from, and then vice versa, for them to be able to have a direct line. I think this definitely allows a lot of transparency. Also, the immutable aspect of blockchain means that anything happens, of course, it's on the record. So it encourages people to behave perhaps more ecologically in a lot of ways. But the list goes on and on. But I think some of those are some of the main points. Thank you.
Okay, Nicolino?
Yes. Well, basically, I think that, first of all, I agree with all the things that have been said before. But if I have to answer the question about the benefits that blockchain can bring to the green economy, I think that maybe the most important, or at least one of the most important things, is the concept of being distributed. Because green economy is a shift of paradigm. So when you need to give a value to a new model or to a new sector, which is more or less new, because green economy is standing, you know, from at least a decade, even two, I'd say. But if people, folks, clients understand what is behind blockchain, which is the power of the folks, which is the power of being a community that goes around the same values, when the value you share is not entitled to a particular authority or a particular party, but is you know, inside the whole things of being distributed. So if you shift from a traditional economy model, from traditional economy value to a green economy values that are based on the needs of planet Earth, of people, and of the future, I think that blockchain as a new thing, a distributed thing, and basically, I'd say a democratic thing can address a lot of instance and interests of people that are committed in green economy, and also of the company committed in green economy.
Okay, great. So, and we go ahead. You think, how can blockchain make the finance greener? Is possible?
To me?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'd say yes, because finance is perceived, given all the, you know, last events of last 10 years at least, is perceived as a thing which is not clean, okay? Which is, and so the same applies to the institutions. The same applies to the finance rider, to the finance companies. So blockchain, because of its features, because of its origins also, and because of its real, yes, features, technical features, is intended to be and can be the cleanness of things. So if you want to apply a clean way of doing transactions, of recording transaction, and also of distributing, let's say, the problems of a transaction, this can be a way that the finance sector, the finance field can use in order to, it is a paradox, but it is not so if you look close at it. The blockchain can make finance and people closer, because people are blockchain. The nodes of a blockchain are made of people. This is also why I think that the open blockchain, so not the closed one, but the permissionless blockchain, can be actually applied also to finance. And I don't think so the same thing about the private blockchain, which is a contradiction in terms, basically.
Okay, great. Chapman?
Yes, thank you. I think definitely blockchain can help finance be greener. It's once again, I would go to transparency in the sense of if you are tokenizing investments, you know, a lot of people put money into companies hoping to make a return, but they don't really have much of an understanding about the decisions those companies are making. There's also not governance possibilities. And I think that between governance and transparency, those are two of the biggest factors that can really play into not just making you know, the finance itself greener, but also allowing people to participate in a way that's more transparent, which could allow more people to trust the system. So I think that those are just a couple of the main points. Thank you.
Okay. Roberto?
Well, in addition to what has been said before about the natural value and green tokenization, the immutability characteristic of the stored data is interesting. Once we use it extensively in the tracking of operations and trade, it will allow to keep a history of the activities, useful to perform critical analysis and correct the shot.
Okay. Pablo?
Oh, well. So it's like I'm going to do a situation like in Brazil, for example. It's a very broad situation. Like I'm going to address a simple mechanism. Most Brazilian banks do not adopt environmental criteria to finance projects. So it's a fact that there are dozens of certifications, but traditional systems do not offer their reliability of blockchain due to the possibility of changing or deleting systemized data. If an exclusive blockchain is created to promote the green economy, in this blockchain, as suggested in the previous questions, projects, companies, products, services, and other environment friendly sectors would register and through the traceability and other mechanisms of the blockchain effectively monitor the compliance of the agreed actions. So that's how we see how we could finance greener. Because here in Brazil, we are working on this politics, and we are having this discussion because the green economy are growing very fast, and especially here in Brazil because we have all the lands, all the greens, we have the rainforests, we have we call Mata Atlântica as well. So, and we also have the Cerrado, is the second biggest biome of the world. So we have a lot to discuss. So that's I think we could find ways to finance and grow this new world.
Great. Andrea?
First of all, the blockchain should stop to waste a lot of energy with mining and stuff. So I'm joking. I'm joking, but actually the point is the main goal of the green finance is to increase the importance of financial markets in solving environmental problems and to ensure a sustainable future. So, as I said before, the in my opinion, great power of the blockchain is to transform the greediness of the human beings in something useful for everyone. So if the blockchain will be able to transform and to make that all people have a return if they take care of the environment, we can have a very explosion of the green economy based on the blockchain. For example, we can construct some financial products which offer a donation to environmental protection, or maybe we can create other financial products which respond to an environmental issue such as flood insurance. I mean, we have to think in this term, because if we want to create a green economy, we have to think in a business term. So we have to make in some way money to protect the nature, and this should be our our mindset in the future. And I think the blockchain is the perfect tool to aim at this goal.
Okay, so Andrea, since you are a technician, I can ask you to answer, what application do you think is possible and useful in the green economy?
Okay. I mean, I have a very specific thoughts on this topic, because from my personal experience, the main problem in all the projects that involve a blockchain is that the blockchain is the focus. So the common entrepreneur or the common startupper thinks that I want to use the blockchain, so I have to find something that fit in the blockchain. Actually, the real question is, what can I do related with the green economy? And then you can think how the blockchain can give me a competitive advantage. So first of all, you should think in these terms. Secondly, of course, you can use the blockchain from all the issues related with traceability, tokenization, and creation of financial instruments, or also create a trusted part of the blockchain that can help to mediate between different stakeholders. But again, the main problem, in my opinion, is that you should focus on to solve a problem, and then to think how the blockchain can be useful.
Great, thanks. Pablo?
Yeah, I agree with Andrea, and we have to discuss, the security and all the ideas of the blockchain. But we could use for registration of the company's products, services, and other sectors of the green economy. For subsequent monitoring, public inspection, ensuring that transactions are not diverted for other purposes. I think the great power of the blockchain is that we're going to reduce or almost zero corruptions, unwanted transactions. Will be more transparent. That's the idea. That's the idea that we are working on here in Brazil in our project. We want to show people that the blockchain and all the transactions through the blockchain would be secure and transparent. That's what
Great.
Our goal.
Okay, thanks. Roberto?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What blockchain application do you think is possible and useful in the green economy? Chapman, you want to answer before Roberto
Sure.
came back to us?
Yeah, I think Andrea and Pablo have done a great job of giving a lot of the bigger picture. So I'd like to use an example based on the work that I'm doing. The TIS program runs its own monitoring system that monitors the trees that the farmers are growing in order to be able to prove that we can, that we are sequestering the carbon dioxide that we claim to be doing. And there's a third-party organization that comes in to verify that. And that whole process, that of monitoring and verifying is a great example of an application of blockchain that can be done right now, which would both allow a lot of costs to be saved, a lot of time to be saved, and ultimately land more money in the hands of the farmers that are planting trees to allow them to plant more trees. So that's a rather specific example based on the work I'm doing, but I think that there are, as Pablo and Andrea have said, there's a lot of potential with just the trust that people can have thanks to the blockchain technology. And yeah, I think I can leave it there. Thank you.
Okay. Roberto is okay? You want to answer? Nicolino, please, can you give your thought on that?
Yes. Well,
thank you.
I think that if I have to individuate a couple of examples and fields of possible uses of the blockchain, I'd first of all think about energy trading, for example, and specifically about the trading from the low-end and small producer, let's say manufacturer, provider of renewable energies that sell the energy to the main provider, to the national provider, through the grid. So the grid can be and is actually in some experimenting examples in the world, one of the possible applications. The other one applies to the food and basically to the food and to the agricultural sector, starting from the the low levels and together in combo with the production of high-end and high-level food. So if you want to trace, let's say, the coffee or the grain, I knew for sure of a project about the traceability of coffee run by some important companies in the world and also in Italy, working in Italy as well, because this is part of it is, I think, kind of marketing, but because blockchain is on the mouth of everybody in certain sectors, but at the same time it is not only marketing at all. And if you find a real reason why you can use blockchain and introduce blockchain in your organization, in your processes, as Andrea mentioned before, you have to need it. Maybe you don't need at all, so you don't need to change all your processes. But if you need and if you find the kind of process that can benefit of the blockchain introduction, the blockchain is a fantastic and a really useful tool. So grid management, energy and food for me are correct examples.
Okay, so let's go ahead with the next question. Cryptocurrency are still high-risk investment. Is it possible to implement a virtuous transition that can make them equivalent to a safe asset? I think we can start from Nicolino. Okay.
Yes, thanks for this. Actually, is a very challenging question. I have to, let's say, divide the thing into sides, into half. The technical point of view, which I'm not allowed to speak in deep because I'm not a technic, or a technician of cryptos and cryptocurrencies or blockchain. So basically, I don't know to make a cryptocurrency more stable from a technical point of view, what can be performed. But I'm sure that I can say from a legal point of view and also from, let's say, in a broad sense, financial and sociological point of view, that given their nature of things that, does not belong to a third party, I'm speaking of cryptocurrencies as well, of course, the only way you have to improve the credibility of the cryptocurrencies is to make credible the people and the field of their activity, people that use cryptos. So this is the way which can be used to shift from a trust which is based on technical features, and we all know that we can trust the blockchain because of its technical features, but you have to shift that trust on a different basis. So on what the context, the organization do, because a thing is not really useful, in my opinion, on a large scale, unless the masses use it. So the people imitate the masses, not the niches. Also, even if the niches are, the most brilliant you can imagine or draw.
Okay, thanks. Chapman?
Yes, and much like Nicolino, I'm not a technical with the blockchain in the sense of the depth of knowledge of really knowing how to balance that. But I think that we've grappled once again in the situation that we're looking at with TIST is that there are contracts with farmers that are denominated in dollars, and the potential to switch that over to a dollar-based stable coin is very possible. Of course, then you're still at risk of the dollar deflating in value, which so much money is being pumped into right now that is a question. So then the further increasing the potential risk management there would possibly be to have a stable currency that farmers could receive that's based on a basket of currencies as well as commodities. So basically, it's as far as an unpegged cryptocurrency, that is something that very much the supply and demand determines. And one idea that we've had in the sense of being able to offer the farmers another opportunity based around the potential that crypto could offer for them is the potential to stake some of their earnings in the form of a coin, which would be a program coin, which would allow them to keep both store their value, but also earn interest on that. So yeah, it's a very difficult question, as Nicolino said, and I feel like I can provide just a little bit of insight in terms of what we've been grappling with for that. So I appreciate that question. Thank you.
Great. Now, Roberto, can you tell us your think on that?
So we believe so. It's basically one of Argo's goals. The key in structuring a tokenization model that can meet legal requirements to connect in each individual token to a stable equivalent such as a real estate. In fact, we believe that in this way we can move towards a stable green coin guaranteed by a land asset. So even if it would be the 100th part of circulating money has a correspondent in natural soils, basically the whole ecological system problem would be solved.
Okay. Pablo? Pablo?
Sorry. You want me to answer the fourth question? Because I already answered the third.
No, was the second. What blockchain application do you think is possible and useful in the green economy? Sorry.
Yeah, I already answered that, but I can do it again.
No, okay, sorry. Sorry for me, it's my first time and you are 6 people and so, okay, so.
No problem.
I think Andrea is your time to be on stage.
Yeah, the question, so the issue, as they already told before, is very complicated. In my opinion, the easy answer is that the majority of people should use this technology. In this way, politicians can, in a certain way, rule the field. So the problem must be addressed from 2 points of view: legal and from the point of view of usability. So I'm not a legal, so I won't talk about the legal stuff, but in my opinion, the usability is the biggest problem of the blockchain, because so far we have 2 kinds of people. From one side, there are people that are like nerds and they love to use this technology. From the second, but they don't want to share their knowledge to common people. And from the common people point of view, this is a very, very hardest to understand technology. So we should work to make easier the use of this technology. I imagine a world when the blockchain is something like a card, so something very complicated, but you can use it just with a key and the accelerator and the brake and nothing else.
Okay, so Paolo, please, you want to answer to the cryptocurrency are still high-risk investment. Is it possible to implement a virtuous transaction that can make them equivalent to a safe asset?
Yes, this question, I think this will apply to one of the questions on the board. I believe it's question 7. But due to the profile of our project, what is known is that if we analyze only Etherscan, it is possible to follow 100 tokens that are devalued, abandoned without new movement. Then you enter security tokens like ours, where the investors join the plans and they gauge profits corresponding to the provision of the service and commercialization of the product, of products corresponding to their participation quotas. In addition to profiting from the valuation of the asset. So there is also the possibility for the person to purchase small quantities in order to profit from the valorization of the tokens. So that's the line we are following on this specific question. But I believe on a 7, we will answer more accurate that question.
Okay, so now what are the problems to be solved in integrating the blockchain into the green economy? Chapman, you can start.
Yes, thank you. I think this is a good question, and I believe that Andrea did touch on some of this in answering the last question. I mean, the usability factor is a major one. It's still pretty difficult for a lot of people to understand and use the technology. Scalability is another one in terms of the technology itself, to be able to scale large enough to have some of the impacts we want in the green economy. For instance, tracking many energy sources or sources of waste. So scalability, I would say, as well. And then, of course, adoption. And I think this has to do with usability, as adoption will increase as the consciousness around this technology grows. But I think it's also based a lot on people's ability to be able to use it. So I would say those three things are pretty big hurdles, but nothing we can't overcome.
Great. Nicolino?
Yes, well, yes, I think that we spoke about how transparency is one of the most important feature of the blockchain. And we have to say that transparency is one of the driver of the green economy industry too. So I think that it's important to make the blockchain clear and really fit to the project of the green economy. But we need to make it usable to the companies and to the stakeholder, because in this way, if we can adapt the blockchain to the project and vice versa, these projects can benefit a lot of one of the things that can buy with the blockchain by nature, so the transparency. So basically the problems are the same in all fields, but in the green economy we can make it right because of the inner feature of the blockchain too.
Okay. So Andrea, you think you want to add something more, or?
A few, again, I think that just a few words. I think that
yeah, sure.
The first problem is the wasting of energy. Of course, the usability. And secondly, and thirdly, now the problem is how to get cryptocurrencies. It's very hard for common people to get cryptocurrencies. And this is a very big problem for all the project. In fact, for example, for our project, we developed a cryptoless system where people can use the blockchain, the mainstream blockchain like Ethereum, without having cryptocurrencies. And the last point is that we have to set up a common substrate where different stakeholders can communicate, like nation by nation or enterprise with enterprise, but we have to establish a common substrate.
Okay, so Roberto, you want to give us your thought on that?
Well, perhaps currently the problem, or rather the philosophical incompatibility, is the large energy consumption required by the mining system. There are many new proposals, new systems that promise well, such as Algorand by Professor McAllister. Everything will depend on the direction they will take. At the moment, the global consumption of energy connected to the maintenance of blockchain networks is very high. And there's actually a talk about an amount of electricity higher than the country consumption of Chile.
Okay, so Pablo, now?
Okay. From our point of view, from the view of our projects, we found no difficulty in integration, but easy in transparency. So, but the thing is, it's of a scope that needs to be well studied, and like now we are not able to enter this debate. Yeah, we just have to listen and learn the experts on it. So that's the line we are following.
Okay, so, and you think there's a way to make blockchain a distributed ledger and the related smart contract legally valid as well as official localized ledger? You think it would be possible in the future?
I think everything will be possible, but this is a subject that has to be studied by the experts in digital currencies. because here in Brazil, it's a new market, you know. So we're babies starting trying to walk on this kind of new business. So I think we are going to pass on it because I'm not the expert on legal digital assets, but I believe Nicolino could give us a Gentile. Oh, Nicolino Gentile could give us a great explanation of that.
Okay, so let's give the word to Nicolino on that.
Sorry, Nicolino.
No, it's okay. Actually, thank you, because this is one of, you know, the topic I most love in this last month and years, and I had also the opportunity with a colleague of my firm to also to write a couple of articles and publication about this. And this is a challenging point actually, because for the moment, speaking from a national points of view, so from Italy, but also from other countries, internal law systems. The thing that now is done is a kind of fiction. So the system and so the operators of the legal national legal system have to, let's say, to make a comparison between their schemes and their law, which have been, you know, written and think and decided not having a crypto world, you know, in front of us. But basically, this legislation can apply also to new instruments as the smart contracts are. So this is about how smart contracts or distributed ledger can work from in a national point of view. It needs you know it needs a kind of effort in terms of thinking in a different way, of applying things to a different world, but basically it works. The real result and the real reaction actually of this new world given by the cryptos and given by the smart contracts and distributed ledgers is an internal reaction of the system, I think, because it is kind of the same thing that happens with international arbitration. When you have difficult questions, difficult topics, difficult controversies, which are basically are technical or can risk to, you know, to get lost in different national legislation, you usually choose to hire the arbitrators and not to go in front of normal courts, of ordinary courts. The same applies in crypto, in my opinion, because given that it is a completely new and let's say independent sector, not of economy, because it applies to different sectors of economies, but a new model of thinking, of a new model of things working. The best solution will be that internally in the crypto world, in the blockchain, you have a way to solve the problems through the blockchain itself. And there are there is more than one project in the world. I'll quote two that I am aware of. One is Jur, and the other one is Aragorn, that are a way to system, let's say, to solve the problems, the controversies through the blockchain nodes, through game theory. And this is completely independent from the national legislation. And I think that this can be one way. But if we want to see the things from national point of view, in my opinion, at least speaking from the Italian point of view, but not only the Italian one, smart contract and distributed ledger can be considered at in the same way of traditional hard ledgers in paper, let's say. And then I quit. I know, because I know personally the people involved, that a couple of months ago, the selling of a car, a transaction, has been registered on a blockchain and then performed also by the notary that used the blockchain to register the transaction, not only on the blockchain, but also on the national legislation, national register and ledger. So things can coexist and work together.
Okay, great. Roberto, you want to tell us something about this topic? Because we are running on time and I want to let you your time to tell us about your project. So
I'm sorry for taking
don't worry.
longer. Really sorry.
So a fast answer, or we pass to the last questions?
Although much will depend on the ability of national regulations to find models of understanding on the matter, we believe it's not impossible at all. The study of legislation and legal uses, in fact, have allowed us to give full legal value to the deeds registered on the ledger blockchain. Although this requires some expedience and precautions, our Blockstone patent deals with this, which precisely involves the processing of legalizing the blocks or the application of legal cryptography in the data so as to overcome the current regulations.
Okay, great. Chapman?
Yeah, because we're running short on time and I'm definitely not aware. I'll just...
Okay, so if you want, we just give Andrea, if you want to, or we switch to the project.
We can switch. Actually, I'm not a legal.
Oh,
so...
okay. So I think Nicolino tell us a lot about this topic. Okay, so please.
Sorry again.
No, don't worry. So let's give the word to Pablo. We have the last 8 minutes, so please short presentation about your project.
All right. So I will try to be as fast as possible. So I'm going to just share one of our, we have a flow chart. I already shared with you. Let's see here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so our company just, we are already on the process of the installation of a few power plants here in Brazil. We are already on the way of the signing the contracts with some investors worldwide. So the idea of our project is to have the investors focusing on those two tokens, and then we will have this global financial partner. So this global financial partner, he will be the one who will manage all the resources, all the resources, and then we'll share all the percentages for the teams involved. So, and then here in Brazil, we will take care of we will manage the plants here in Brazil and Latin America, and we will have partners to manage worldwide. So that's the idea of our company. And I believe the cryptocurrencies is the future, and I believe we believe actually the cryptocurrency will help us to save our planet, save the environment, and save humankind. So,
yeah. Okay. Pablo,
thank
please.
You very much.
Pass the stage to Chapman.
Thank you.
Chapman, go ahead.
Thank you. I just can you see the screen I've shared there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, basically, just in the interest of time, I just go through a couple of things. That the program, once again, is based on leaders, creating leaders, and it's led by people locally in countries. So the Western team, based mainly in the United States, exists exclusively to serve these farmers' needs. The farmers are organized into small groups that rotate leadership so that everybody has a chance to be a leader. And this is often a cultural issue between genders and age. The product is basically from the trees is the carbon sequestration, which we bring to the market and share 70% of the value of with the farmers. Our contract, which is one touch point for blockchain, of course, is available to everyone. It's actually a revolutionary contract created with Piper Law Firm, international law firm, that allows non-landowners to be able to plant trees and earn the revenue. And we make all of our information available. It's very transparent. The program, that's been one of the foundation points from the beginning. So, you know, right now in terms of blockchain, yes, obviously we've done a lot of sequestration of CO2, but in terms of blockchain, I'm looking for, you know, we're looking in the immediate term to do switch some of the monitoring system so that it's more transparent and trustworthy using blockchain. And from there, we'll go into further steps of being able to offer some of the benefits to farmers, being able, some of them don't even have bank accounts, so they can store value and be able to have an investment vehicle for the first time.
Okay,
So
great, Chapman. Thank you a lot. Roberto, it's your turn.
Okay, I'll be as quick as possible. In the last 10 years, we have lost much of our biodiversity. Many types of insects have disappeared, wild animals. And following this procedure, we have found a way to invert the decline of forests. So basically, natural lands neglected, threatened, or at risk of speculation or abuse are acquired by the Argo Protection Authority, divided into small lots of 100 square meters, and offered to the public as an investment. The bare ownership of the lots will be each corresponding precisely to a piece of land of about 100 square meters. Each token will cost approximately 25 euros. The token adopted by Argo is innovative because our digital currency is called the Gaian, and compared to other circulating tokens, it guarantees a system that drastically lowers the risk of losing the investment through the land values. So in other words, an institution will take care of purchasing hundreds of hectares of land in natural areas and divide the plot into tiny lots. And the increase of the value of the land will increase the value of the Gaian to which it is linked. So the Gaian makes it a safe haven asset, just like a brick, but with a huge return on investment. And it will become freely exchangeable digital currency, both with circulating currencies and other currencies admitted to exchanges. There's a lot of benefits if you just take a note of our website, argolands.com, and you can see all the benefits and all the projects that are going on while this is happening.
Great, thank you very much. Andrea, it's your turn.
Yes, thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay. We as developing companies, we have developed several products. First of all is BMET3, and this is a platform that merge IoT, Internet of Things, with the blockchain to optimize the energetic consumption from buildings and business. And plus we plant some more trees to help the environment. So with our solution, you can control and reduce all the energetic waste in your buildings. And plus, you can have a remote control, you can self-calibration, and you can create rules to improve your energetic policies. And plus, we develop some other small project to support the blockchain, the developer blockchain. So we have a platform of tokenization, and we develop an investment strategy to help people to buy cryptocurrency, and also for e-commerce that want to use cryptocurrency, we zero the market volatility. And then we develop a platform, a voting platform for that use the blockchain. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. Grazie, Andrea. And if we have the time, I can pass to Nicolino to close and if we still have time, because we are running out.
Yes, I think we're running out. Yeah, but do you want me to close on a particular topic or?
No. If you want to talk about your business, if the people
Yes.
can reach you, if they are interested on legal
Yes.
aspect on the blockchain, so give us some detail and.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. I will take the chance.
2 words because they told me we have to close. So
yes, I will take the chance to share my screen with my law firm website. I hope you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said before, I've been, I fall in love, let's say, with the crypto things and blockchain things in terms of basically everything is technical and technology innovation, and also innovation in processes, also because me personally and the firm as well, we work in data protection and compliance too, and in operations, international operations. So if you want to join me and to reach me for discussing these topics, it will be a great pleasure. And I've been very, very happy for being here. So thank you very much for the chance.
Okay, great. So we are running out of time, so we need to close. And it was a pleasure to be here and talk with all of you. And see you next. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thanks
everybody. And
thank you very much. Okay. It was an honor to meet you, all you guys.
Yeah. This is my contact. If everybody's interested on more topic and to be in contact with this participant, please let me know. Thank you all, and bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.